Live in the house again, it's your boy Dominic Rich, back to discuss day 15 of the UEFA Nations League. It's getting really serious in the Nations League. What's up, Advenko, man? How are you today? I know I spoke to you in Football Faroe stream, but, you know, welcome back to mine. What's up, Danny Ruffy? What's up? How's your day going so far? I had a very long day. 12 hours at work, you know, home, just chilling to do the stream. What's up, Roberta Beswick? We have Brian Hill-Josa, Omar M. What's up, Omar M? Haven't seen you in a while. Rushid Tahari, hi there. Spiridonis, Damian Perez. Hello, everyone, man. Welcome back. It's your boy, your one and only Dominic Rich. Guys, how you liking the new polo hat, man? Or the polo cap? How you liking it, you know? I was saying to myself, I've been wearing the same old polo caps for quite a while, you know? So I had to just freshen things up, you know what I'm saying? And got this nice Army Fatigues polo cap, you know what I'm saying? You know, you gotta freshen things up from time to time, man. You know? I have a lot though. I have a lot of polo caps, like a lot more than the average person. Maybe like over 10 of them. You know, I don't wear some of the colors in the videos, but, you know, I have my favorite ones. But, guys, welcome back, man. The UEFA Nations League, you know, I'm here every day to talk about the UEFA Nations League whenever, you know, the matches are playing. And I do it exclusively. I just talk about UEFA Nations League in the live streams, and then I do a bit of Q&A after, you know. So today, Saturday, the 17th of November, we had 7 games again. And out of the 7 games, guys, I actually watched 3 matches today. I made a video already about the Serbia versus Montenegro match. I saw the Turkey versus Sweden, and I did see the Italy versus Portugal. But I was at work and I just couldn't, you know, I couldn't even do like a quick video because I'm like there on call, like steady. They could call me anytime on the radio, and then there's people talking all the time on the radio. So I'm like, you know what? Let me not bother with it. So I just figure I'll wait until the live stream to actually talk about those games and not really go too hard today and put myself under any unnecessary pressure. So, guys, let us start today's live stream off by talking about League D. The 2 League D matches. 2 League D matches. We had Azerbaijan defeating Faroe Islands 2-0. And if I go and I look back at my predictions, which I wrote down, like it's a good thing I wrote it down, and I will do it again today. I predicted a 3-1 win for Azerbaijan. So at least I did predict a win for Azerbaijan. We had Ragnar Natestad scoring an own goal in the 18th minute for Azerbaijan. That was a Faroe Islands player who scored that goal. And Mahir Maratov scored in the 28th minute to give Azerbaijan a comfortable 2-0 win. So this means that the Faroe Islands, you know, they can no longer get promoted. And Azerbaijan put themselves in a really good position to get promoted. Which brings us to the next match. Malta 0, Kosovo 5. Wow, that was a rout by Kosovo, League D3. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. What a rout. So I actually forgot to talk about Azerbaijan's place in the table. They are second, 9 points. Faroe Islands, 4 points. Azerbaijan. But let me get back to the Malta 0, Kosovo 5. Like, Kosovo, they have been on fire. This UEFA Nations League has been, they're coming of age. They have grabbed this tournament by the balls, and, you know, they're making it their own because they have been really good. They have been good. This means, matter of fact, let me talk about who scored the goals before I go on to this exciting matchup between Azerbaijan and Kosovo. But we had Vedat Moruki scoring in the 15th minute, Benjamin Kololi, 70th, Donis Avdijai, not Jai, Avdijai, scoring in the 78th and 80th minute, and Milot Rashika, the young man who plays for Werder Bremen, I think, in the Bundesliga, he scored in the 86th minute. So awesome stuff, man. Impressive stuff by Kosovo there. So the final game in this group for Kosovo, it will be their match versus Azerbaijan. Malta will take on Faroe Islands. I think they do have a match left. Yes, Malta will take on Faroe Islands. They will scrap it out for the bottom place in the group. But the Kosovo versus Azerbaijan fixture, man, that's a mouth-watering one. If Azerbaijan wins, they take, you know, the top spot and they get promoted to League C. But if Kosovo even picks up a draw, it will be enough to seal, you know, their promotion to League C and give them a chance to qualify for Euro 2020. You know, it's like a lifeline for if they don't qualify directly to the competition. And guys, guess what? The draw for the Euro 2020 qualifiers, because the Champions League draw is really tricky. So, you know, you can't do a mock draw for the Champions League group stage without having a computer pick qualifiers. Hello, everyone who has now joined the stream. I really, really appreciate it. You stopping by. So make sure you stick around for the whole thing. And don't forget to like the video as well, guys. Click the notification bell if you're not yet doing so. So that wraps it up for Group D. We will get back to that Azerbaijan and Kosovo fixture another time because they're not playing tomorrow. So we will get back to talking about that. I don't want to spend all the time talking about a fixture when we could do it another day, but that's one to look forward to. League D has been one of the most exciting leagues, I must say. You know, it's not the most watched by the mainstream, but it's one to keep your eye on. So let's move on to League C, where things were really, really interesting. Things were really, really interesting today. So Romania defeated Lithuania 3-0 in this group. This is Group 4 of League C. 3-0. Romania are still unbeaten. This is awesome stuff by Romania. Guys, are we seeing a resurge? Is this a Romanian renaissance? Because this was a team who qualified for the 1998 World Cup, and they have, you know, give us a few, you know, really good players in the 90s and 2000s as well. So Romania still unbeaten in this group, along with Serbia, which I will get to in a minute. So Romania 3-0 versus poor Lithuania, who are still bottom of the table without a single win, without a single draw. They have lost all their matches. George Puskas scored in the 7th minute. This is a really good young player to look out for, guys. And we have Claudiu Cașiru. I love how their names end with U's. That's a Romanian signature thing right there. The names end with U's. And then Nicolae Stanciu scored in the 65th minute to give them a 3-0 victory. And Romania stay alive. They can still top this group. You know, it's really amazing. I actually met a Romanian guy when I went on the cruise. And as Advenk was asking, I asked him if he knows, I think I asked him if he knows Adrian Mutu. And then I asked him about Hagi as well. And he's like, yeah, you know, so I have met someone from Romania before. So after that result, Romania go up to 9 points, second behind Serbia. Lithuania at the bottom, 0 points. And that gives us a nice segue into the Serbia versus Montenegro fixture. Serbia defeated Montenegro 2-1 to go on top of the, well, to stay on top of the table on 11 points. Montenegro were leapfrogged by Romania, and they are now third on 7 points. But I think they will be safe from relegation because remember, 2 teams from each of three, well, 2 teams from the group 2, 3, and 4 from League C can be relegated. And no team from Group 1 is guaranteed to get relegated. Only if they are the worst third place. Only if they, you know, are amongst the worst third place team. So Serbia versus Montenegro, 2-1. I saw this game. I reported on it. It was an exciting match. I love watching games like this. Serbia versus Montenegro, you know, Slovakia versus the Czech Republic. I would love to see that Congo DR versus, you know, Congo game in the, you know, African Cup of Nations qualifiers. And these games are enthralling, you know, mouth-watering contests. So Serbia, they opened the scoring through Adam Jajic. He was set up by Dusan Tadic, who's been playing really, really well since he moved to Ajax. I always thought Dusan Tadic was a very, very good player. And I would have really loved if one of the bigger Premier League teams had scooped him up, like for a while now. Like when he was at Southampton, he was a standout player. And sad that none of the bigger teams scooped him up. I don't know why, because, you know, they always buy Southampton players. And, you know, he ended up playing for Ajax. And Ajax have been playing well this season. You know, Hakim Ziyech, you know, Frankie de Jong, Matthias de Ligt. All these guys have been on fire, excuse me, for Ajax this season. Let me take a sip of my lemonade there. So Adam Jajic scored in the 30th minute, and then 2 minutes later, Alexander Mitrovic put them 2-0 up with a beautiful goal. It was a crossing. I can't remember if it was Kolarov, and he just flicked it on, and it went in the back of the net. This happened after Montenegro had a really good chance to score at the other end, and then, you know, they had a corner. They committed numbers for the corner, and then, you know, they were caught out on the counter-attack, and they conceded that first goal, and they went to sleep and conceded a second. And they almost conceded a third when Nemanja Matic was brought down, and it was given a penalty, but I don't think it was actually a penalty. He kicked the turf, or he kicked the back of the guy's leg, which you kick the back of the guy's leg. That's not a penalty. And justice was served because Mitrovic stepped up, tried a Panenka, and he put it over the bar, and it was still 2-0. Second half, Montenegro came out fighting. They came out fighting, and they were the better team for the first, let's say, 30 to 35 minutes of the second half. They were really good. They were threatening, and they scored in the 70th minute through Stefan Margosha. I think he plays his football in Korea, South Korea. So he looked really good. He threatened. He actually scored a goal like maybe 12 minutes before from a free kick, and it was disallowed, and it was wrongly disallowed. If you go back, you watch the replay, he was not offside, and he headed it past the goalkeeper. The referee, well, the linesman put up his flag, and it was ruled no goal. VAR, guys. What about VAR being implemented in these high-stakes matches, you know? Why have it at the World Cup and not use it for the Nations League, not use it for the Champions League? It's beyond my understanding. I don't get it. I really don't get it. But Margosha scored a beautiful goal, set up by Jovovic, who was really, really good. And Montenegro threatened, but Serbia held on. Serbia could have scored a few more goals, but, you know, the match ended 2-1 and put Serbia in a really, really dominant position to get promoted to League B. Serbia will play Lithuania next, so it's fair to say that Serbia should qualify, not qualify, should get promoted and should secure that top spot to, you know, help them get to Euro 2020 if they fail to do so via the normal means. So Montenegro can no longer top this group, but Serbia and Romania are still in the hunt to top this group. So if Serbia messes up, versus Lithuania. Romania with a win. If Serbia draws, I think, yes. Right now, Romania is at 9 points. Serbia 11. If Romania picks up a win and Serbia only are able to get a draw, Romania will get promoted because they drew both their matches against Serbia, and, you know, they will go on to the, well, they should. They should. It might come down to, this got me today as well. It might come down to goal difference. It might come down to goal difference, guys. Because on head-to-head, let me see. I think it was 0-0. I think the both of the... No. Romania will go through because they achieved a 2-2 draw on the road at Serbia, and they will go through because of the away goal rule. So Romania will go through. You see, sometimes you just have to stick to what you're saying and not confuse yourself. So that's how it's set up right now in League C4. The next match from League C, which was played today, was another shocker, guys. Oh, by the way, I predicted a 3-1 win for Serbia over Montenegro and a 3-0 win for Romania over Lithuania. So I got that one correct, guys. Let me give myself a round of applause. I don't get a lot right, exactly right. So it's good to see. It's really, really good to see. So let's go on to the next game in League C1. This one was a shocker to me, and I bet it was a shocker to you. Albania 0, Scotland 4. How did this happen? How did this happen? Albania suffered a meltdown. Total meltdown. I predicted a 2-1 win for Albania. It ended in a 0-4. We had Ryan Fraser scoring in the 14th minute and Stephen Fletcher scoring a penalty in the 47th minute. Well, second minute of extra time in the first half. And then James Forrest scored a brace in the 55th and 67th minute. I never heard about James Forrest. Where does he play? Does he play for Nottingham Forest? Maybe. But I never heard about James Forrest. I know Ryan Fraser. I know Stephen Fletcher, but not James Forrest at all. So Albania, a man was even sent off as well. So it was a total meltdown for Albania today. Total meltdown. So after that loss, the terrible loss for Albania, it means that they are bottom of the group, 3 points, and can no longer get promoted to League B. But let me see the other third place teams. It seems like Albania has finished as the worst third place team, guys. They have 3 points. We have Hungary in third in Group 2, 7 points. We have Cyprus third in Group 3 with 5 points, and Montenegro third in Group 4 with 7 points. Albania are out. Albania are going down to League D, guys. They are going down to League D. It's not, they didn't officially say it, but they're going down. They have played all 4 matches, and they will definitely go down. Yes, I think that's confirmed by me. That's confirmed. Guys, don't forget to smash the thumbs up button, man. Get the video to at least 15 likes if there's 15 people here. All right, so let us move on to the next match, guys. I did not watch the Albania versus Scotland fixture, though. But let's move on to the last 2 fixtures, both of which I actually saw. Turkey, 0. Sweden, 1. Turkey deserves to get their behinds whooped. They deserve some licks because this was their game to win. They started it out really brightly with Cengiz Under, you know, getting a nice shot off, Çalhanoğlu as well. But after that, they lack creativity, not enough, service for Cenk Tosun up top. And Sweden were very, very unimpressive as well. And I don't understand why Jan Anderson keeps persisting with Marcus Berg. Guys, I don't get this. He's scoring goals for his club Al Ain in the UAE league, but he has gone 16 games, guys. 16 games without a single goal. Without a single goal. Remember, the first match between Turkey and Sweden, it was an away match for Turkey. They came from behind, won it 3-2, and Sweden got their revenge today. 1-0. The only goal scored by Andreas Granqvist, stepped up to the spot and he put it in the back of the net. And this could have been Marcus Berg's moment to score his first goal in 16 games, but they do not trust the man. He's not the designated penalty taker. They do not trust the man. 16 games. Guys, he has last scored a goal for Sweden when Sweden defeated Luxembourg. Was it 8-0 and he scored 4? That was the last time Marcus Berg scored for Sweden. Do you guys believe that? That's amazing. And he has been persisted with all the time. Why not play Kiese Tillin? Why not play him? But I think, you know what? It might be the same reason why Didier Deschamps persists with Olivier Giroud despite him not scoring goals. They hold up the play very well. They draw a lot of fouls. And it's like, you know what it is? It's like, what I want to say, it's like a decoy. You know what I'm saying? These players are like decoy players. They draw defenders so the other players could do their thing. They draw fouls. I think it's a decoy. You know what I mean? That's what Marcus Berg, Olivier Giroud's their jobs are. They just decoys because they're not scoring. I don't know who is better than who. I don't know who's better than who right now, but they're not scoring. So he's scoring for Al Ain, but not scoring for Sweden. But as usual, Sweden, they were able to grind out a win. I think they had 1 point in the group, the draw versus Russia, and a loss versus Turkey. And with 2 wins, they could now top the group because they play Russia next. Turkey officially has been relegated. Lost both games versus Russia and defeated Sweden coming back from behind, and Marcel Lucescu's team are now relegated to League C. Getting relegated to League C could be a good thing because it can help them, develop, get back to, their, glory days back in 2002 when they placed 3rd at the World Cup. They have talent. There's talent, no doubt, in Turkey. But it's just getting the right combination, getting the best out of the players. It's not happening. It's really not happening. Like, what has happened to Hakan Çalhanoğlu? I remember when I first heard about Hakan Çalhanoğlu, I was like, my mind was blown. This guy playing for, at that time, he was playing for Bayer Leverkusen. He left Hamburg, playing for Bayer Leverkusen, and he was scoring some astonishing free kicks. I was hailing him as one of the best free kick takers in football. And he has just fell off so hard. He has fell off so hard. He moved to AC Milan, and he was never able to replicate that form. I don't know, what happened to Hakan Çalhanoğlu. But Cengiz Under, this kid is nice. This kid is nice. I wish Man City could buy this guy. I just wish, but he will cost a lot if he has to go to Man City. They will look to exploit him. Plus, City got this whole financial fair play thing going on. So they might need to sell a few players before they could, bring in, another high-profile players. Because if you really look at it, City don't really sell nobody these days, for a lot of money. Pep did a clear out a couple seasons ago, but that was it. That was basically it. But anyways, another unimpressive performance by Turkey, and also another unimpressive performance by Sweden, who are still able to do the job whether they are impressive or not. You know, that's just their trademark. That's how they get through. They just tough it out, they grind it out, and they get favorable results. So after that win, Sweden, they go up to 4 points. They have one match left, which will be versus Russia. So the first match between Sweden and Russia ended in a 0-0 draw on the road. So all Sweden needs is a 1-1 draw, or a win. No, not a 1-1 draw. What am I saying? A win. They must win. They must win. I don't know what I'm thinking. I'm saying a draw. Sweden must win versus Russia by any margin. It doesn't matter. A win will put them, top of the table, better their chances of qualifying for Euro 2020, and it will earn them promotion to League A. Imagine Sweden playing in League A, grinding out results versus all the big teams. That will be annoying and frustrating for the bigger teams. And let's move on to the bigger teams. Bigger teams. Italy versus Portugal. A 0-0. The only 0-0 fixture today. The only 0-0 fixture so far this month in the UEFA Nations League. 0-0 between Italy and Portugal. I saw this game. I was on my, overtime. I was watching the match, and Portugal, I must say, I commend Portugal and Fernando Santos, especially Fernando Santos for his tactics here. They don't have Ronaldo, and they scraped out a 0-0 draw, and they needed a draw to top the group and go into the finals. They are the first team into the finals of the inaugural UEFA Nations League. Amazing. Amazing. Unlikely winners of Euro 2016, and they could be unlikely winners of the first ever UEFA Nations League again, like they did in 2016, like without Ronaldo. Remember, they won it without Ronaldo, and look at what this team is doing. So this is how the group was won. Italy, playing at the San Siro, they have never lost there in 44 matches. Never lost there in 44 matches. I just actually found that out today. I didn't really know that like all the time. So kind of sound smart, but not so smart. But 44 matches, they have never lost a single match. So I guess they put the match there to ensure that their record stays. They're not going to play somewhere where they know they're not playing well. So they go to the San Siro, and Italy starts this game really nice. They're creating chances. Players are looking really good. These young players they have, like Biraghi, Barella, Chiesa. These guys are looking good. Insigne is there. We have Immobile coming back. We have Verratti. You got Jorginho in the middle. Center back of Chiellini, Bonucci, and Florenzi. And Donnarumma in the goal. This is a good team. This is a good team, These guys are doing well in the Serie A. And they're out of the blocks really fast. But Portugal are sitting back, They're sitting back. They're soaking up the pressure. They're cutting out the passes. And Italy did a lot of overplaying today as well. They did a lot of overplaying. Verratti, some really good passes, really good moves by Chiesa, Barella. Insigne looking really good. Some really good chances by Ciro Immobile as well. And they were impressive in the first half. But Portugal were just soaking it up. And you could see Mancini walking around. He's pensive. He's walking around. But Fernando Santos was just sitting down, talking to his boys, talking to his, backroom staff and all that. And I'm like, this team is up to something. They had Rui Patricio, Mario Rui, Ruben Diaz. He had Jose Font, who I didn't even know came back from China. He's playing in the French league right now. So I was like, oh, Jose Font played in the French league. They had João Cancelo, who plays for Juventus. So he knows these, Italian players well. João Cancelo, I really admire this player. They had William Carvalho in the team, Ruben Neves. Guys, this team was beast today. They had Pizzi, Bernardo Silva, Andre Silva, and Bruma. Ask me how I remember the players for both Italy and Portugal, guys. I'm good, right? But they just soaked up the pressure, got through the first half, came back in the second half, and then the first bit in the second half, Italy was still coming at them, but then the game switched. Portugal were controlling the most of the possession. They were getting more opportunities. William Carvalho even, got a really nice left-footed shot, which was saved by Donnarumma. Oh my. If that was scored, that would have been an awesome goal. And I'm surprised William Carvalho went to Real Betis. But then again, don't be too surprised because Betis is playing really well. Just beat Barcelona, smash them, So William Carvalho is an integral part of this team. He really skillful on the ball. I watched him play today. He is really, really technically good. His passes, he's just so calm on the ball. His poise, his passes, and he has that physical presence. And I was like, oh man, Carvalho, nice. I wish Man City could actually buy this guy. Like a Fernandinho, to replace Fernandinho, who is kind of on his way out, is, getting up there in age. And I was like, damn, William Carvalho is good. And Portugal held on for the draw. I actually missed the last 5 minutes of the game. I think Italy had another really good chance might have had another chance to score, but I missed the last 5 minutes of the game. But Portugal held on for the win, and for the draw, which is like a win. I did predict them to win 1-0. I knew Italy weren't going to score a single goal today, and it's a draw, but it's more like a win because that secured their place into the the finals, and they topped the group, so they could definitely ensure that they are in Euro 2020. It will not be the same tournament without the defending champions, of course. So that rounds off my, recap of all the matches which was played today. I saw 3 games, and I saw the games. That's why I could actually talk about them so diligently. So it was a good day. It was a really, really good day for me in terms of, just catching the football, watching, different teams play, and just learning more and more and more. That's what it's all about, That's what it's all about, learning, and it's a journey. It's a journey. But guys, what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna talk about tomorrow's games. Let's predict tomorrow's games really quick, and then we'll move on to a bit of Q&A. Let me find myself a pen. Right now, I have a pencil right here. I'll use this pencil. So guys, let's talk about Sunday, November 18th matches. Okay, big one. Okay, let's start from the smaller ones first. Moldova versus Luxembourg. And we have San Marino versus Belarus in League D2. So these are important matches for both Belarus and Luxembourg, who, let me double check really quick because I think, yes, Belarus, 11 points, Luxembourg, 9 points, Moldova, 8 points. So it seems like Moldova are still in the hunt. But then again, their goal difference and their head-to-head versus Luxembourg wasn't, Moldova. Well, actually, guys, Moldova picked up 2 draws versus Belarus. So Moldova is still in the hunt. Moldova is very much still in the hunt. So if Moldova are able to pick up a win versus Luxembourg and San Marino somehow or the other defeat Belarus, Moldova will top the group. We were talking a lot about Belarus and Luxembourg, but we forgot Moldova was in the picture still. So it's a three-horse race right now in this group. So prediction, San Marino versus Belarus, guys. San Marino versus Belarus. San Marino versus Belarus. In the first fixture, Belarus actually defeated San Marino 5-0. This will be an away match for them. So what's your score prediction, guys? Belarus versus San Marino versus Belarus. Remember, San Marino, a tiny landlocked nation located inside of Italy. So it's amazing that Italy have so many good footballers and San Marino does not. So it baffles me. Baffles me. Why don't some of the, Italian footballers who can't get into Italy's team try to play for San Marino? The opportunities are there to play football. Try to get into San Marino's team. Make it a better football team. So I'm going to go for, let's say 4-0. 4-0 win for Belarus. 4-0 win. Oh, Brian Hinojosa also is going for a 4-0 win for Belarus. So I'm going to go for a 4-0 win for Belarus. Easy win for Belarus, and they should go on to top this group and get promoted to League B. Easy, easy. Like I predicted, I did predict Belarus to top this group. I want to actually make a video reacting to, my predictions for the UEFA Nations League as well. I want to do that. Don't know, don't know if it will actually happen, but I want to do that. So for the next match, Moldova, guys, versus Luxembourg. What's your prediction? Moldova versus Luxembourg. The fixture between Moldova and Luxembourg ended. The first one, a 4-0 win for Luxembourg. A 4-0. Wow. So Luxembourg and Moldova. Moldova have their, their work cut out for them in this game, but it will be a home match for them. And they have won 1 at home and drew 1. So they have been playing really well at home. So it might go in favor of Moldova here, who's had a really good record at home. So, you know what? Luxembourg has petered off a lot. I'm going to go for a win for Moldova here. I'm going to go for a 2-1 win at home. 2-1 win for Moldova. I'm going to go for a 2-1 win. Football Cricket says a 2-1 win for Luxembourg. We have Brian Hinojosa says a 2-0 win for Luxembourg. And Bob says San Marino players have full-time jobs. Yes, they do. They do. Just like I do. I have a full-time job. A full-time job, where I do overtime and all, So you have to work, man. If football is not paying the bills, you got to go out there and do your thing, But I'm going for a Moldova win here. So let's move on to the next set of games, which will be in League C. League C2, the group which has Hungary, Finland, Greece, and Estonia. So Hungary versus Finland, guys. Hungary versus Finland. Hungary has been doing really, really well. So it's between Hungary and... Not Hungary. Yes, Hungary has been doing well. Finland has been doing well. And, of course, Greece. So let me pull up that group right now, and I'll let you know who I think is going to, win this game. So, waiting for this thing to load. Every time you want something to load, it never loads. It's amazing. It's amazing. Plus, my phone is on 18% right now. So, Hungary versus Finland, guys. What's your predictions? What is your prediction, or what are your predictions for the Hungary versus Finland game while I wait for this thing to, okay. Hungary versus Finland. All right, Brian Hinojosa is going for a 1-1. A 1-1 draw between Hungary and Finland in the League C fixtures. So, Hungary currently on 7 points, Finland on 12. So, a draw will do it for Finland. Well, I think Finland has actually... Didn't Finland get promoted already, guys? I think Finland got promoted already. Let me see the Finland and Greece fixtures. Finland 2-0 versus Greece. And then Greece 1-0 versus... Yeah, so Finland are officially promoted. Finland are promoted, guys. Yes, Finland are promoted. So Finland will move up to Group League B. And it seems like Finland might be on their way to qualifying for the World Cup for the very first time. So I would love to see that. Neighbors Sweden, Norway have already qualified for the World Cup. Denmark, as you should know. But poor Finland. Even Iceland and Finland are yet to do so. So Finland, you know, Timo Pukki. Awesome, you know, job during the UEFA Nations League. He scored all their goals, I think, in the first 3 matches. So Finland will go on. So this game, Finland is kind of petered off a bit. And the fact that they know that they are already qualified, they might give opportunities to French players. So I'm gonna go for a win for Hungary here. I'm gonna say Hungary win this match. It's a home game for them, and they have won both their matches at home. Note, guys. And I'm going to go for a win for Hungary. So Hungary, Finland. I'm going to go for a 2-0 win for Hungary. I'm going to make a bold prediction, a 2-0 win for Hungary. So Advenko says 1-0 win for Finland. Brian Hinojosa says a 1-1 draw. Okay, Brian Hinojosa said, also Roman Eremenko is back playing at Spartak Moscow. Yes, I did mention that a few months ago that he was banned for, you know, using substance, cocaine or crack or something, drugs. But, you know, he was banned for, I think, 2 years or so, and he's back. And he has been Finland's best player, you know, for a while. Roman Eremenko. Sounds like a Russian name or Ukrainian name. So Roman Eremenko is back. But I don't think they will call him back to the squad just as yet. He needs to assimilate, you know. So Hungary should win this game, and they will go up to 10 points. But at least they will, you know, secure themselves from being the worst third-place team if Greece goes on to defeat Estonia, which brings us to the Greece versus Estonia fixture. Should be a home game for Greece. So Greece versus Estonia. And Greece has really been a letdown in this tournament because I predicted them to go on and get promoted to League B, and they just let us all down. The Greek teams have been horrible this season. Ajax Athens in the Champions League, PAOK in the Europa League haven't been as impressive as I thought they would have been. And now the Greek national team. But I'm going to go for a win for them at home. You know, they're going to end their inaugural UEFA Nations League season on a high. I'm going to go for a thrashing here. I'm going to go for a 3-0 win for Greece, even though they're not a high-scoring team. But I'm going to say they're going to smash Estonia to bits and pieces. 3-0 for Greece. And thank you, Advenko, for, you know, those nice flags and, you know, spicing things up a little in the chat. So at the end of it all, Finland should top the group, Greece coming second, Hungary third, and Estonia at the bottom. Estonia will pick up 1 single point. 1 point. So with that, let's move on to the next matches, guys. which will be a League B game between Northern Ireland and Austria. So Northern Ireland versus Austria. The two Irish teams just played each other. It ended in a 0-0, and someone says, you know, can't remember who told me, but they said, man, you didn't miss anything. It was a boring match. It was horrible to see, and you didn't miss nothing. Austria versus Northern Ireland. I'm gonna go for a win for Austria on the road. I predicted Northern Ireland to get relegated, and I think they are already relegated. They are in League B. I think they're already relegated. Yes, 0 points from 3 matches. Horrendous. And Bosnia already promoted. The first team promoted from this league, I think. And Bosnia will go up to League A. Austria will remain in League B. Austria versus Northern Ireland. Their first match ended in a 1-0 win for Austria. I'm going to go for another win for Austria. I said that in Football Pharaoh stream, and I'm going to stick to it. I'm going to go for a very impressive 2-0 victory on the road. Marko Arnautovic is going to score a brace. I'm going to go for Arnautovic brace. He has been doing well for West Ham United, and I think he's going to, you know, put the final nail in Northern Ireland's coffin. What's this in my drink? What is this? What is this weird stuff in my drink there? Ew. Anyways, 2-0 win for Austria. We have Trolling Lamb 11 says a 1-0 win for Austria. Advenko, what happened to Northern Ireland? They were good in World Cup qualifying. Yes, they were. Didn't Northern Ireland actually qualify for Euro 2016 as well? So, I don't know what happened, man. Brian Hinojosa says a 2-0 win for Austria. Advenko is going for a 1-0 win for Austria. Football Cricket says a 2-0 win for Greece. Okay, Advenko, I'm going back. I missed the Greece predictions, guys. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry about that. We have Advenko saying a 1-0 win for Greece, and Greece is an aging team. Brian Hinojosa says a 2-0 win for Greece, and Football Cricket says a 2-0 win for Greece as well. Let me go back up to these comments. So Bob Illich says the weather in the Nordic and Northern European countries is getting bad at this time of the year, so I expect a terrible playing surface. But if that's the case, that means Finland should know how to play on surfaces like this, and they should win the game, you know? So, yeah. But this is a game for Hungary. So what am I talking about? But Hungary, yeah. But anyways, that threw me off a little there. But I think that's what you're talking about. Is Hungary Northern European? I really can't think about where Hungary is located right now on the map. For real. It's been a long day. But I'm going to go for a 2-0 win for Northern Ireland. Let's get back to the script here. So that's the only League B game tomorrow. And Bosnia already qualified. So this is like, you know, Northern Ireland already relegated, so this is a dead rubber. Playing for pride, bring in the French players, give a few players debuts, and, you know, make everyone happy, basically. Go back, reassess how you did in the Nations League, and come again next time. Come better next time. So, for the big games, guys, the big ones. League A. Switzerland versus Belgium. This one is a big one. A win for either team should put them into the finals. Belgium, 9 points. Switzerland, 6 points. Iceland, without a point, already relegated to League B. The first match between Switzerland and Belgium ended in a 2-1 win for Belgium. So Switzerland has that away goal which means if Switzerland somehow manages to defeat Belgium by a 1-0 margin, or let me think about this. A 1-0 margin, let me stick to the 1-0, they will get promoted. Well, they will qualify for the finals. My math is kind of slacking right now because I'm thinking if Switzerland wins 2-1, they will have 3 goals. Belgium will also have 3 goals. And Switzerland will move on because of the away goal that is scored in Belgium. Or it should come down to goal difference. So a 1-0 win for Switzerland. That's what they need. They need a 1-0 win because if it so happens to come down to that, Switzerland might go through anyway because of that 6-0 thrashing that they give to Iceland. So things are in Switzerland's favor right now, but as you guys should know, Belgium, they're a hard team to crack. Really, really hard team to crack. So Switzerland versus Belgium. I'm going to have to stick to my original prediction and go for a Belgium to qualify for the finals here. Sorry, Switzerland. You dreamt, but it wasn't enough. I'm going to go for a win for Belgium. I'm going to go for a very convincing 3-1 win for Belgium on the road. That's what I'm going to go for. Bethel Kebede is up in here. What's up, Bethel? Brian Hinner Joseph says a 2-0 win for Belgium. We have Bethel saying a 2-1 win for Belgium. Advenko says a 2-1 win for Switzerland. And Switzerland will advance on goal difference. So he's making the bold call. It could happen. Believe you me, I would love to see it happen because imagine a final which has Switzerland, Portugal already there. I would love to see Netherlands in there. So we have Switzerland, Portugal, Netherlands, and I want Croatia to be the 4th team. Croatia, you know, all teams you didn't really think that would have actually been in the finals. You know, Portugal, still people don't really rate them that highly. You know, they're still behind Spain. They're still behind the Germany, the France, you know, so even England. So it would really, really be nice to see like 4 fresh teams up in the finals, semifinals, but it's called the finals, which will be played next June. So Trolling Lamb says, I think Russia will get promoted based on their recent performances. Sweden were very unlucky to get a good result in Turkey. Very lucky. Russia, even with a big loss to Germany, they are on fire. Sweden equal poor form. Yeah, I agree with you. Russia should at least pick up a draw and, you know, go on to League A. I do think so. So I am going for Belgium to defeat Switzerland and march into the finals. But it could happen. You know, Jordan Shaqiri in that team, anything could happen, man. Anything could happen. That guy is a magician. So the final game, guys. Final game. England versus Croatia at the Wembley Stadium. Like, the stage couldn't be set any better for grand finale in the group. Winner takes all. Winner takes all. The losers will be relegated for sure. Even if you don't lose, you will get relegated still. But Croatia needs a scoring draw to survive. Once they score and the game ends in a draw, they will survive. They score, they win, they will top the group. England will get relegated. It ends in a scoreless draw. Croatia will get relegated because of their goal difference, because of the 6-0 loss. They will be ruined that 6-0 loss now. that was a once in a lifetime thing, maybe in our lifetime. So England versus Croatia. Gareth Southgate revolutionized, you know, this whole English setup with bringing in the younger players, doing away with all the older, slow, sluggish players. Well, he kind of phased them out. He gave them their last opportunities and he phased them out. And I like that he's rewarding people for what they're doing in the Premier League or the leagues that they're playing in, like Jadon Sancho. You know, I love how he's bringing in young players, man, you know, launching them. This guy, Jadon Sancho, is going to be a special player. And now that, you know, he was a Man City youngster. Could you guys believe that? How the hell did Man City let go of Jadon Sancho and held on to Foden? Because from results, Sancho is better than Foden. You know, it's evident. Sancho is indeed better than Foden. Better than Foden. He's getting more opportunities, first team opportunities, and he is called up for England. Foden isn't. Not even being biased there. Both of them are Man City products, but Man City could buy him back. There's a clause, I think, in his thing, a buyback clause, that they have first right to buy him back. That would be crazy if he comes back to play for City, though. That would be insane. But England, I want Croatia to win this game, but England could do it. They are home. They are the favorites. But I'm going to be a little superstitious here, and I'm going to go for Croatia to survive. Even if they draw the match, they're not going to get relegated. They're not going to get relegated, but I'm going to go for Croatia win here because there's been a sequence between England and Croatia. I think England, going back to Euro 2004, England, I think, defeated Croatia in Euro 2004 and they knocked them out. And then for Euro 2008, I think Croatia prevented England from qualifying for Euro 2008. And then England prevented Croatia from making it to 2010 World Cup. And then we move forward to the 2018 World Cup where after England defeated Croatia and prevented them from getting into the 2010 World Cup, it was now Croatia's time to get their revenge, which they did in the semifinal of the World Cup, as we all should know. And then the match in Croatia where England drew nil, where the match finished 0-0, and England had the clearest chances to score, the clearer chances. Marcus Rashford one-on-one with the goalkeeper twice, spewed the chances. It was England's turn, and I think they blew it. So now it's back for Croatia to clinch this and get into the final. So I'm going to go for Croatia win. England versus Croatia. England is going to score. And remember, they scored first, the World Cup. I'm going to go for a 2-1 win for Croatia here. I'm going to be brave. 2-1 win for Croatia. Oh, we have Daniel Ref is saying a 2-1 win for Croatia too. What are you guys' predictions? What's your predictions? What are your predictions? Trolling Lamas, do you think that some teams in League A were unfairly put ahead of better teams in League B? No, it's according to the rankings, you know. You go where you rank. But you play one tournament, and now you see who truly deserves to be in which league. That's what it's come down to right now. So I'm going to go for a 2-1 win for Croatia, man. I'm sold on Croatia. What they did versus Spain was astonishing. And from watching them during the World Cup, from them doing just miraculous things in every single game except the final, which was a sad day, you know. They have been good. And the 6-0 loss, big letdown. They have been good. I'm going to go for Croatia. Croatia. Hrvatska for the win. Brian Hillajosa is also going for a 2-1 win for Croatia. So, guys, that wraps up today's, recap of the UEFA Nations League matches, which was played on the 17th of November, 2018. All 7 games reviewed and a preview / prediction for tomorrow's matches. I'll be back here tomorrow a little earlier. I give, Football Pharaoh, we always communicate, and I told him, take the early slot today. It's a thing that, we have, a little respect going on for each other there, because I started the live streaming first for the UEFA Nations League. So, we kind of say, if I started first, and I'm going early, he hit me up. He asked me if I'm going to stream. So I say I go early, then you go late, because you do your streams a little longer than I do. And if I'm working late, I say, hey, go early because I'm not able to do it. Just working together, you know what I'm saying? It will help each other grow. So I have all my predictions written down here, guys. So I will refer back to these tomorrow. So now it's time for a short Q&A before I bounce out of here. Maybe like 10 minutes of Q&A, guys. You have any questions for me today? Any questions? Whatever you want to ask, ask. And guys, if you haven't smashed the like button, please do so. Please do so. Trolling Lamb asked, Russia the beast team in League B. Russia are one of the best teams in League B because of their recent form at the 2018 World Cup, and they have continued it into the UEFA Nations League. So they are one of the best. I'm not going to say they are the best, but they are one of the best, definitely. So Football Cricket says, what do you think about Watford and AFC Bournemouth? Well, you know what? These are actually 2 teams I predicted to get relegated this season. I don't know why I picked those 2 teams to get relegated out of the 3 teams I picked, but they are on fire this season, Javi Gracia and, what's that guy name again, man? I can't remember his name right now, and I know this guy. Eddie Howe has been doing a really good job at these teams, So Eddie Howe has been there a longer time than Gracia, and they're flying in the Premier League. So they proved me wrong, and that's all I have to say about these teams. They have proven me wrong. But it's still early in the season. Still early. But the thing is, they have picked up a lot of points in the first 14. Is it 14 games played or 13 games played already in the Premier League? So when you look at the points these teams have picked up, you pick up 20 points so early in the season. Remember, you only need about 40 points to be safe in the Premier League. So half the job is done. So still a lot of work to do for these teams, but, a really good job in, let's say, the first third, in the league. So questions. Brian Hinajosa, what are your thoughts about AFCON host Cameroon still participating in qualification? Personally, I don't like it because technically Comoros could finish second above Cameroon, yet they won't qualify. Yeah, I did read up about the African Cup of Nations qualifying process before. I was thinking about actually following this thing, but didn't get around to doing so because I'm doing the UEFA Nations League. I don't want to kill myself. But I guess it's helping them for preparations, but really and truly, they should not be participating. They should be playing friendlies against different nations around the world for their preparation, like how it's done most of the time. It's kind of complicating things, if you get what I'm saying. It's complicating things. They should have made an odd group, a group which had more teams, and Cameroon should have found other ways of, getting their preparation done. So that's just what I think about it. It's weird that you're playing, you're hosting, you're already qualified, and you're still playing in qualifiers. Like, it does not make much sense. Doesn't make any sense at all. You're already in there. So basically, if you want, for example, a team to qualify, you could go in with a weaker squad and lose the game. Not, let's say, lose it on purpose, but you know what you're doing, so I'm not for that. Okay, so we have prime time up in here. I saw somebody says prime time. Okay. So Brian asked another really, really good question. He said, what are your thoughts on the England versus Croatia match being played so early tomorrow? Personally, I think it should be what? Prime time. Oh, that's why you said prime time. Yes, I think this match should have been a later game, like starting at 3, so that everyone could do their thing and then come home and relax, and, the working class people. But in England, 9 o'clock here, might be 6 hours. It's going to be like 3 o'clock in England. So it's giving people the opportunity to bring out their kids. Let's think about it like this. Bring out their kids, bring out their family to Wembley, and the game will be over very early, because there's actually school on Monday. So you don't want a big game on Sunday late, and then the kids got to go to school on Monday, primary and secondary school, college. You get what I'm saying, So I think that's the whole reasoning behind it. It must be. It must be. So Trolling Lamb 11 asks, predictions for Euro 2020. Well, I don't have any predictions at all for Euro 2020, because I don't know who's going to be at the tournament as yet. And we don't know who's going to win the thing, because we don't know who's in it. Seriously. Any more questions, guys? Okay, Maverick 73, 76. Maybe I'm overly pessimistic, but I can't see us winning without Rakitic. Is Rakitic injured? I knew Rakitic came off early. He was replaced. I don't know if it was strategic or if it was an injury. So I didn't really look too much into that. Is Rakitic injured? Is he injured? Knee injury. I actually think Croatia can win without Rakitic. Don't be too pessimistic. Be optimistic. Tomorrow will be a perfect time. Is Kovacic in the squad? I can't even remember if Kovacic is in the squad. Kovacic is not injured. I can't remember Kovacic being injured. He was playing for Chelsea. So with Rakitic injured, it could unleash Kovacic, Could unleash Kovacic. They can play 2 more advanced midfielders and 1 defensive midfielder in Brozovic, and play Kovacic and Modric further ahead, because I prefer Modric playing in a more attacking position than a more defensive position. So they'll be fine. They'll be fine, man. They'll be fine. Rakitic is a good player, believe me, but, he is not that player that leaves a hole in the squad, in the team, like how Modric would leave a hole in the team, or how Mandzukic left a hole up top. I think there will be, let's say Vasalico leaves a hole over on the right back, the fullback position. They'll be fine. They'll be fine. They'll be fine. Alas Shemsek, Croatia can win. Team spirit is high. The way they played at home in Zagreb make me think they'll go deep in Euro 2020 semifinalists at least. You know, if they continue playing like this, they will develop youngsters and they could, the sky's the limit for Croatia, man. But guys, that's it for me today. Live stream is going to end right now on hour 10 minutes. I'm keeping it right there, not going, you know, hour and a half, 2 hours anymore. You know, I have things to do. I got to rest up. It was a long work day, 12 hours today. And Betel is asking, will Ethiopia beat Ghana for Betel Kebede tomorrow? It's going to be a hard one. Ghana is a good team. I don't even know any players from Ethiopia, but I know players from Ghana. Ghana, let's say, hopefully Ethiopia can pull off a draw tomorrow. But guys, thanks to everyone who joined the live stream today. I really appreciate it, man. You guys coming back yet again. We have a lot more live streaming to do. A lot more. 3 more days, I think. 3 more days we have. We have a few more days. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. A little earlier than today. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you very much for, you know, tuning in. And if you're watching the replay right now, thank you again. Guys, don't forget to smash the thumbs up button. You know, share the channel with somebody you know, somebody who loves football. Thanks again for your commitment, for coming back time after time after time after time to watch my videos. Don't forget to check out my FIFA 19, FIFA Ultimate Team Series Calypso Boys, guys. Support, support, support. You know, don't come around when the thing is big. Start supporting it when it's small. All right, so until next time, guys, peace out. Rich Squad.